Yo, 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 yo. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get into it. Salute. Welcome. 10-4. Appreciate everybody for stopping on in. If you could, click that like button. Once this video is up, please remember to share it, post it, watch it with some family and friends. Just get the word out there as best you can. It's cost you absolutely nothing. It's absolutely free, unless you're a hater. All right. I want to start this off by saying, first of all, shout out to this this channel right here, Soul Production Music, on an awesome instrumental. Wanted to get some instrumental music in the beginning because I feel like, when I go live, sometimes there's some dead air in the beginning of the video, so just wanted to put a little instrumental there, get you guys, waking you guys up, or giving you something to listen to while you're at work and stuff like that. So salute to that, gentlemen. Appreciate that. I want to start the video off as I always do, right, by saying congratulations. Right, it's a real big ups and cheers and salutes to an incredible and an amazing MLB 2023 season. Right, I always do these recap videos because it's important to take a step back and reflect on what's happened, review, and also appreciate. And that's something that gets swept under the rug a lot, is appreciation and gratitude, right? Oftentimes people are just worrying about what they don't have or what they didn't get, as opposed to what's right in front of them, right? So these videos are very important, and also it's important for transparency, right? For new people that may be coming across this work, for people that may be doubting, uh, you know, the scripting of professional sports, so on and so forth. These videos are very important. Okay, so salute and congratulations once again to an awesome MLB 2023 season in various ways. This MLB season, I decided, because we're going on 4 years now of doing this, right? So obviously, as time goes on, we're getting more experience, right? We've been doing this for a long time now. You learn things along the way, strategies, trends, so on and so forth. Okay, so there's a ton of experience that goes into the way that I decide to approach any specific season, and it's very different depending on the sport. Okay, there are some similarities across the board, but the way in which we decide to go at it differs, right? So this MLB season, we were a lot more focused, right? A lot more strategic in the games we decided to attack. Um, Probably in some cases very a little bit more patient, and it paid dividends, right? So I've always tracked my work ever since the beginning of when I started doing this, and I always felt like that was important, right? It is important. It remains important. So it's something that I take very much pride in. Okay. So just to review this MLB season, I'm happy to say that because of the way we decided to go about it, we hit at a very consistent clip, right? Our win rate over the entirety of the MLB season was above 75%. Okay, that included all plays over 75%. Okay, um, which made us, very profitable, which is the most important thing. You have to keep in mind the return on your investment. Um, the units that you're bringing home, the bankroll that you're continuing to build, because the MLB season is very lengthy, right? You're talking about 162 games. There's games every single day. It's a very rigorous season in comparison to like the NFL, the NBA. Those are as far as games, they're significantly smaller, right? So the MLB season has always been kind of tricky from that aspect because there's so many games going on. But we were way more focused this year, way more patient, and because of that, we had an awesome season. As I said, hitting over 75% of our plays. And the thing that you need to keep in mind is because of the fact that we never recommend a money line price above like minus 160, it keeps our profits. It raises the profits, but also it protects any substantial loss, right? So any individual game, because of that strategy that we have in place, is not devastating to the bankroll or the profit, which is very important. I've always believed that, and it's always been something that I applied. So because of that, it's the profit, even the 75% win rate, that doesn't really speak too much to the profit and the bankroll building that has been done over the season. There's so many things to take into consideration. Also, the above 75% win rate does not include any live in-game underdogs. So if you've been a member of my community for some time or you're new here, um, you are aware that there are these instances throughout the games where we're able to take advantage of these plus money live underdog situations on these teams that we like to win the game. Um, if I included that, that would raise my percentage significantly higher than 75% for this year. But, you know, we're not out here chasing being able to like any sort of records or anything like that. It's just a very important statistic to keep in mind because the ROI on those situations is substantially bigger than any normal game, okay, because of the way in which the games go. Every individual game is different. Sometimes you have these insane ROI situations where you're getting 5x or 7x on your money, and that would significantly change your return on investment drastically. Um, but we keep those in the back pocket, right? That's for the community. That's for myself. That's just something for us to hang our hat on and say, you know what? That's an awesome element that people really should appreciate. So, but overall, I'm very happy and humbled by the season we were able to put together. Um, over 160, like 162 games this season. So in the MLB, um, as I said, we were very, very patient and strategic with the games we decided to attack, and because of it, it paid it paid off. So salute and congratulations to everybody. I know everybody's super excited to get into this MLB postseason, and that started yesterday. So, and also the NFL season just kicked off a couple weeks ago. So right now, we're right in the middle of it, in the thick of it. The NBA season is on its getting ready to kick off soon as well. So it's gonna have a bunch of things going on at the same time, right? Crazy, crazy sports season right now. Um, so that's awesome as well. But that's for the recap of the MLB season, right? It flew by, you blink your eye and you're already in the postseason, so that's cool. But yeah, it was a very, very rigorous MLB season. A lot of work was put in behind the scenes, and every single day there was a lot of effort being put in. So cheers to you guys. I appreciate the support, so on and so forth. At that's a wrap. The MLB regular season is a wrap. So cheers on that. Yesterday kicked off the MLB postseason for 2023, and one of the most obvious sports rituals in recent history, especially when you're looking at the postseason, happened yesterday, and I just had to talk about it. It's a number that we speak about all the time. It's a number that we highlight, especially in connection to baseball, and it definitely deserved some video. So there was 4 games on yesterday across the MLB wild card postseason that's going on right now in the American League and the National League. And the most interesting game to me before things kicked off was, of course, as you can see in the thumbnail of the video, the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Minnesota Twins. Okay. One thing that was being spoken about at length was the Minnesota Twins' most recent playoff difficulty and drought that they've been going through, which they were currently on an 18-game playoff losing streak, right? So they had lost 18 postseason games in a row. And yesterday they were facing off the Toronto Blue Jays as a slight home favorite at around -120, -125. So it's very, very important to recognize the pattern, pay attention to the ritual, and see just how obvious it becomes. Okay, so let's talk about that number, right? So they're talking about it all over the place, all over these sports networks, right? ESPN, Yahoo Sports, even DraftKings, FanDuel, all these platforms were talking about the Minnesota Twins and their 18-game postseason losing streak. Okay. Now, yesterday, I wanted to just point out and highlight all these 18s. So, for those of you that have never watched one of my videos before, especially in connection to baseball, I've often highlighted how important the number 18 is to baseball. Okay. And I'll show you guys why exactly. So, if you're not familiar with gematria, it's just a numerical pattern synchronized with the English language. Okay. And I use that to show people and to show you guys how these games are scripted. Okay. So you have the Minnesota Twins yesterday coming in on an 18-game losing streak. Now, why is the number 18 so significant to baseball? Well, it's the Major League Baseball Association, acronym being MLB. Okay. MLB equals 18, right? We're also talking about the sport of baseball. Baseball equals 18 in the purest cipher. Okay. Those of you that don't know how baseball works, it is a 9-inning game. Okay. But there's 18 half innings. Okay, so you have like the top of the inning and the bottom of the inning. So top of the first, bottom of the first, and that goes all the way to 9 innings. So you have 18 half innings, right? You also have a sport in which it's 9 versus 9. So you have 9 versus 9, which is obviously a sum of 18. Okay. And as I pointed out, the Minnesota Timberwolves yesterday were on an 18-game playoff losing streak. Very, very significant. Okay. Yesterday was also an 18-date numerology. So the way you get the 18 date is you add the day plus the month. So October is the 10th month plus the third day of the month. 10 plus 3 is 13. And then you add the year as a single digit. So 13 plus 2 plus 3 is 18. So yesterday, on an 18-date numerology, the Minnesota Twins ended their 18-game playoff losing streak. In a sport where baseball equals 18, MLB equals 18, there's 18 players, 9 versus 9, and there's also 18 half innings. And just to bring it full circle, this game yesterday, the Twins versus the Toronto Blue Jays, was played on ESPN, which is a network that equals 18. Okay? So you'll see how it continues to come together with the number 18. It's very, very prevalent throughout this game. Now, the star player from yesterday for the Minnesota Twins was an individual by the name of Royce Lewis. Okay? He hit 2 home runs yesterday, which ultimately gave the Minnesota Twins the lead and the victory. Now, just continuing to speak about that number 18, you'll see that coming into that game, Royce Lewis hit a career of 17 home runs. So his first home run in yesterday's game was his 18th home run of his career. Now, what are the chances of that? Just focusing again on the number 18. And also, to add insult to injury, before he hit his 18th home run yesterday, his last home run was on September 18th, the 18th day of the month, right? So another 18 plastered right there in front of you, super obvious. For anybody that's paying attention, it was a very, very strong symbolic ritual that was going on yesterday with the number 18. And as I said, there was so much publicity going into yesterday's game. It was tough to not pay attention to it. It was very, very difficult to avoid. But yeah, the 18 was stamped all over that game yesterday, and I actually liked Royce Lewis to hit a home run yesterday before I even knew it was going to be his 18th home run. So it just so happened to work out like that. But the 18 is just it's a number stamped all over baseball, and I'm pretty sure if we took an even deeper in depth look, um, the 18 would continue to perpetuate itself in other different ways. So super super symbolic game that happened yesterday, ending the 18-game losing streak for the Minnesota Twins in the playoffs, and anybody who saw that game, yeah, even the most novice sports fan, you had the Tampa Bay Rays, I'm sorry, the Toronto Blue Jays going into the game versus the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins basically limped into the playoffs. They were a slight home favorite. You know, Toronto arguably had the better pitcher. They definitely have the better lineup on paper. So there was a lot of it was definitely a bait game by the MLB, especially all the promotion of the 18-game postseason losing streak that was being promoted all across all platforms, Twitter, Instagram. As I said, every sports network was talking about it. So when they do that, we happen to go the other way, the opposite way, right? When everybody's running that way, we like to run the other way. And that just comes to, it's just a character trait of being like anti-establishment, anti the public, anti-public. So great ritual that happened. I mean, not a great ritual, but just a great example of a ritual that happened yesterday in the MLB. So it was definitely something I needed to point out and highlight, because there's still people that are walking zombies that continue to just be in disbelief that professional sports is rigged. They have the most elementary rebuttals to, like, why would the most common questions we get, or rebuttals, is why would they do that? How can you get so many people to be in on something without somebody saying something? These are like the most common rebuttals we get. And I mean, they're easily refuted if you just, these people are paid millions and millions of dollars to play a professional sport that so many people can play, right? Also, there's several elements of their contracts. If you watch the NBA, you'll see that NBA players aren't even allowed to criticize the referees. You get fined for criticizing a referee after the game. So imagine what would happen if you tried to criticize, just the league itself, and say that there was something nefarious going on. So just being aware of those things would definitely answer some of the most obvious questions that people have when they're trying to understand how professional sports can possibly be rigged. But it's very, very simple. It is there for your entertainment. Um, it is not legit competition, right? We're watching athletic actors play out a theatrical soap opera. Um, and obviously the storyline sells. You'll see it all the time, especially in the playoffs. Storyline sell. And just be aware, start paying attention, and numbers rule the world. So just start paying attention to numbers. Sometimes they can't even help themselves, and they'll give it away right there, live on air, and say something that should trigger a certain part of your brain, where, like, okay, that was kind of weird that they specifically spoke about this number in that way. And then you'll see it play itself out in another way that may be the determining play, or the determining element of that game. So really, the whole point of these videos that I do is to just wake people up and show them, but also to implore them to just start paying closer attention. If you do that, uh, you'll start seeing it, right? You'll start being aware. So yeah, yesterday the MLB started off with a great big bang in connection to these numerical synchronicities that they love to play out. And MLB in 18 is one that I often speak about. So I had to get on here and make a video about it. And shout out to Royce Lewis. Shout out to the Minnesota Twins for taking care of business and being a great example that I can speak about now on the platform. Hopefully wake some people up, because that's the most important part of it. So shout out to everybody. Appreciate you. Salute. Let's get into it. Shout out to the mods in the chat. I appreciate you. Um, that guy says, "What's the most vital cipher to your decode?" Um, I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna give that out on YouTube. I don't know why you would want to know that. Obviously, it's something you would want to know, but I'm not just gonna give that out on YouTube. So, I appreciate the question, though. Um, but yeah, it's something probably that I would really give out to the people that support me directly. No disrespect, though; it's not personal. So I mean, but if you watch my videos, you'll start to understand the things that the ciphers that I specifically pay attention to. Um, so I guess you can get your answer that way. But yeah, appreciate you for being here. And so you got stuff for tonight, or you strictly? So no, I don't. I don't actually do Discord. I have my own platform where I give out the picks and decode. So it's in the description of every one of my videos. It's up to you. But if you want to be part of the most profitable sports community, that is strictly up to you. But yeah, the link is there if you want to join. If not, then feel free to enjoy the free content that I put out on this platform. Salute, salute, salute. And okay. So as I always end these, I would like to end it by saying, again, you never have to take my word for anything. I'm always constantly posting in my community section for people to give you direct feedback and testimony to support anything I'm saying. So as I just showed you guys, we concluded our 2023 MLB regular season. You can go on over to my community section and see just some of the comments that have come in off of that. Salute Victor to go, right? 100, 100, 100 with the flame emojis. Let me see one more time. Go to the community. Boom, boom, boom. Great job, Vic. Absolutely elite, right? So these are just people that are solidifying some of the things that I'm saying and giving their testimony. So you don't have to take my word for it, okay? But on that note, I got to get back to work. So I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate everybody for being here. Just remember to click that like button. It's greatly appreciated. Hopefully, I answered everybody's questions. If not, reach out to me on my social networks. My Instagram is in the description of every video as well. If you want to ask me a question directly, that is the easiest platform to reach me on IG at Mr.Futures. Also, you can reach out to me on Twitter at Mr.Futures as well. So, if you want to ask me something directly that maybe I may not answer on a public platform like YouTube. So, on that note, I'm going to get out of here. For those of you that don't know, my name is Mr. Futures, aka Victor. Um, and as we love to say on this platform, Gematria at its finest, easy as 1, 2, 3. Once again, congratulations on an awesome MLB 2023 regular season. Tip your hat. Very, very proud of it. But we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it moving, right? On to the next. And on the road to the championship. So take care of yourselves. Salute, salute, salute. Peace, peace and love, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.